Hello, everybody. This is Tangela. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here today to record our twin flame reading for the first couple weeks of February, give or take. Happy Valentine's Day. So this reading, as you guys know, is a general reading for twin flames. It may or may not resonate with you. Just take what resonates and leave the rest behind, of course. And then also, as you guys know, when I talk about divine masculine or divine feminine, it's not meaning a specific gender. So divine feminine doesn't mean a woman necessarily. It could be, right? And divine masculine doesn't necessarily mean male in gender, just so you guys know. But let's get started. We're going to look at using our Angel Oracle deck and take a look by Doreen. This one's by Doreen Virtue, one of my favorite decks, and your guys's too from the comments. You guys always love when I use this deck. And we're going to take a look at where we're at. Just get a baseline on where we're at, starting with the divine masculines. Where are they at in regards to their divine feminines? And this is for the first, we'll say the first half of February. Where are the divine masculines at in regards, to their divine feminines? We already had one come out, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. Where are the divine masculines at in regards to their divine feminines? This is for the first half of February 2021. Divine Spirit, where are the masculines at in regards to the connection with their divine feminines? First half of February 2021. All right. Got a few that flew out. And I'm feeling like the energy definitely feels a lot lighter than it has in previous weeks. Like it's been feeling lighter, I would say, probably since the beginning of January. But it really feels lighter like this week. It definitely feels like more, just kind of like more at ease, more relaxed, more kind of like they've taken, the divine masculines have been able to take a deep breath, right? And kind of just relax into knowing that everything is coming together. All of their hard work is starting to pay off. They're definitely feeling better about themselves. Yeah. Okay. So we have codependency. We got express your love and wedding. So show you guys real quick. Codependency. Yeah, they are definitely working on releasing those patterns, those codependent patterns that have perpetuated for many, many years, sometimes lifetimes, right? Depending on what it is. Working on releasing addictions is what Spirit's saying. So addictions could be to many different things, right? Addictions can be to fast food. Addictions can even be to exercise, right? Addictions to cigarettes or drugs or alcohol, right? But it doesn't have to be necessarily. An addiction can be anything that you do to excess, right? To an unhealthy way or to an unhealthy point is what Spirit's saying. So yeah, definitely working on, I feel like for this group of divine masculines that I'm tapping into, this is huge. This codependency, this addiction, or this cycle of energy that they're working on releasing is what has in fact been really like the main thing that has been blocking them from their divine feminines. So they're really working on releasing this. Yeah, many of them have, because this energy has perpetuated for so long, this cycle, this addiction, whatever it is, they've started to really look down on themselves and feel guilty about having not healed it or released it. Yeah, like really talking down to themselves, really thinking like, oh man, I'm a loser. I haven't released this yet. I'm still working on this. So really it's affected their whole self-esteem, the whole way they look at themselves, this pattern. But I feel like this is going to be released certainly this month, but for some of them over the next several days. I feel like this is something where like they had such a hard time working on or such a hard time releasing it in the past, and now this energy is coming in from Spirit and helping them to release it actually quite a lot easier than they thought that it would be. Like in the past they tried to release it and they weren't able to. Now Spirit's coming in to help them, and they're actually able to release it a lot easier than they thought that they would. And just this relief comes in, this just massive relief, because it's taken so much of their lives over, right? It's taken so much of their energy. It also can be what Spirit's telling me. It also can be a relationship, right? It also can be a relationship with somebody that they had that was not healthy, right? That's that codependent relationship. Anything that's not healthy, they're working on releasing, because they know that's what it's going to take in order for them to be with their divine feminines. So definitely, yeah. And I feel like that codependency has to be released first, right? And they're working on releasing this. And the divine masculines that I'm tapping into are in their conscious awareness of this. So they know what this pattern is. For those that I'm looking at now, they're consciously aware of this pattern and know that it needs to be released. Then they're going to want to express themselves to their divine feminines after that's released. After that's released, they're feeling a lot better about themselves, feeling confident, feeling in their power, and ready to make that move to their divine feminines, ready to open up and express themselves, express how they truly feel, like they've been wanting to for a very long time. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like for this group that I'm tapping into, they're going to, when they express themselves, they're going to express pretty quickly that they're wanting to be in a committed relationship. So this wedding card isn't a real like technical wedding for this group that I'm tapping into. It's a wanting to be in a committed relationship and expressing to their divine feminines that they're wanting to be in that committed relationship. So it's like after this pattern, this codependency is released, they just feel so good. They feel almost like on top of the world, like they can do anything. Definitely feeling younger, like even physically more healthy and younger, I'm feeling. So that's great. All right. Let's take a look at where, I should say how our divine masculines are feeling towards their divine feminines, how they're feeling. What's in their heart space? Spirit. Divine Spirit, where are our divine masculines? Or I should say, how are our divine masculines feeling in regards to the connection with their divine feminines? How are they feeling about their feminines? How are the masculines feeling about their divine feminines? This is for the first half of February 2021. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. My favorite card in this deck, Loyal Heart. I don't know if you guys can see that with the light. There we go. That's a little better. Loyal Heart. Yeah. They're feeling like this connection with their divine feminines is, and I've said this before, but it's something that you can't just go and get anywhere. Like they know at a conscious level, they're consciously aware that this connection with their divine feminines is something that's very special. They're even aware, for most of them at this point in time, are even aware of the spiritual connection, like that this relationship, this connection has lasted many, many lifetimes. Like they're tapping into the spiritual part of this connection and really feeling very warm and fuzzy in their heart space in regards to their feminines. Like when they think of their divine feminines, they get like all warm and fuzzy, like really just this very sweet, almost like old school love in their heart space. And they can really feel it. They're feeling it stronger and stronger, especially when they think of their divine feminines and they're thinking of their future with their feminines, daydreaming, fantasizing of that future. And yeah, really looking at their feminines, putting their feminines up on a pedestal. I've said this before. For many of the masculines, they put their feminines on a pedestal. And a lot of their divine feminines would never know, right? Because they haven't expressed that necessarily to their feminines, or because of the masculine's actions and behaviors, a lot of their feminines don't know this is how they feel. But they really do. In their heart of hearts, behind closed doors, they really feel like their divine feminines are, a queen, and they put you guys on a pedestal. It's really sweet. And wanting to express how special you are to you. Okay? All right. And let's take a look at What are the blocks this first half of February that the Divine Masculines are working on releasing, Spirit? What are the blocks the masculines are working on releasing this first half of February 2021? What are the blocks the masculines are working on releasing? Yeah, I can already tell by how these cards are shuffling, or not shuffling, I should say, that there's definitely some cloudiness, some stickiness. The energy feels very sticky. Okay. Yeah, they're working on forgiveness of self, working on forgiving themselves for the past, forgiving themselves for their past actions towards their feminines. You know, they're still beating themselves up, many of them, for how they acted in the past, or for what they said or didn't say to their divine feminines in the past. So this is something that needs to be released, because this is taking up quite a bit of energy, right? When they're constantly beating themselves up or putting themselves down or holding this anger and resentment inside for themselves, that takes a lot of energy. So that's something that they're needing to release. And I feel like they are for the group of masculines that I'm tapping into, they are going to be able to release that unforgiveness for self and start to see the connection from that bigger picture, that bigger perspective, that all of this had to happen for not only their growth, but for their divine feminine's growth and for the growth of the connection, right? And to help with ascension. So they're starting to realize that it's, you know, there's so much more involved than just them, right? And it's, as they start to look at it from that bigger perspective, they're able to release all that unforgiveness in their heart and start to put that energy to doing what they need to do, to healing and taking those action steps towards their divine feminine. So starting to really be very intentional and mindful about where they put their energy and using that for to actually further their connection with their feminine instead of blocking the connection like they were in the past, right? Okay. What's Spirit's advice for our divine masculines this first half of February 2021? What's Spirit's advice? Okay. We have the arts, express yourself through creative activities, and guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Yeah. I've definitely been feeling this for a while, that both divine masculines and feminines are needing to bring more playful, lighthearted energy into their lives to raise their vibration. These connections are so heavy oftentimes, right? They take so much energy and a lot of work, right? It's not easy. It's not easy to be in this type of connection and to do all this work on yourself. And so we're needing to bring more to balance that by bringing lighthearted energy in. And that is actually what's going to help speed these connections up. That's actually what's going to help manifest our connections in the physical, is bringing this light-hearted, playful energy in. Okay? And we also have you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually connected. Spirit's telling the masculines that everything, all of this is guided by Spirit, and Spirit is definitely got our backs 150%. Spirit is, even though it may seem like we're alone sometimes, even though it may seem like nobody's helping us, all of this is guided. All of this is for our growth and for ascension, right? And Spirit just wants the masculines to know that they don't have to do everything by themselves. They don't have to be perfect. They're not alone, that Spirit has their back, and all of this is being orchestrated to come together perfectly. And they don't have to try to force anything. All they have to do is go with the flow and not fight the changes and the energy that's trying to come in, not fight the things that need to be released, right? Just like we do. And this is one of the things that I speak to my clients about all the time, is that sometimes we actually block our connections from physically manifesting because we're so focused on, you know, what the other person is doing. We're so focused on why they did this or why they did that, or, why they posted this picture with this person, right, on social media, or why they didn't do something. And we spend such an incredible amount of energy focused on why and trying to figure things out that actually blocks our connection. It actually creates a block that pushes our connection further away from us. And sometimes that's hard to grasp that we're actually hindering our connection, but we are. So if we could just take that same amount of time and energy and focus it on ourselves and our own growth, our own healing, and doing things, bringing that lighthearted energy in that I was speaking of, doing things that make us happy, that bring us joy, taking care of self, raising our vibration, that actually would bring our connections together so much faster than trying to figure out, what our divine masculines are up to, or needing to have all the answers. That doesn't serve us. All right, let's take a look at where the divine feminines are at for the first half of February 2021. Where are the divine feminines at in regards to the connection with their masculines? This is for the first part of February, first half of February 2021. Where are the divine feminines at in regards to the connection with their masculines? I feel like a lot of feminines are focused on self for this first half of February, on getting themselves to a better place with their career, with their health, with their finances, with their emotional state, balancing their energy more. Ooh, look at this. New love. Yeah. Yeah. We've been talking about this before. This has come up, this card has come up in readings before for the last several weeks. This idea of, and for some of you, this can be a new love. This could be new love with your divine masculine, right? Some of you have never even met your divine masculine, or have never been with your divine masculine as a romantic relationship, right? But this could also be a whole new person. This could not be your divine masculine. This could be new love that's coming into your life, to higher vibrational love, right? Many of you have worked so long and hard on healing yourself and releasing, that codependent energy with your divine masculines, that you've raised your vibration enough to attract that high vibing partner. And it doesn't have to be your masculine. We have options. We have so many options, you guys. And that's what I always try to tell my clients. We have so many options. We don't have to. It's not our masculine or nobody else. Higher vibrational connections are amazing. Just because the connection is not the same, it's not the same as the one that we have with our divine masculine, but that doesn't mean it's not as good. It's just different. It just feels different. It doesn't feel worse. It doesn't feel better. It feels different. But it's wonderful, right? Because we are attracting to us partners that are able to reciprocate the energy that we're giving out, because we've spent so much time healing. Because we've spent so much time being very intentional about what we want to attract, we are actually attracting those kinds of people into our lives, those kinds of situations into our lives. And so for many of you, I feel like this energy feels very new, and I've spoke of this before. So whether it's breathing new life into your current situation, if you're currently with a partner, or, you've never met your partner, or you've never been romantically involved with your partner, or it's somebody new altogether. For many of you divine feminines, you're going to meet somebody new this month of February. And, or like I said, it's new energy into your connection that you already have. But whatever it is, however it resonates, it's really beautiful. It feels so good. It finally, all these seeds that you've been planting for so long are actually starting to physically manifest to where you're physically seeing the results. And it's so beautiful. Okay. How are we feeling? How are the divine feminines feeling in regards to their masculines? First half of February 2021. Divine Spirit, how are the feminines feeling about their masculines? First half of February 2021. Oh, so sweet. Feeling very blessed. I know with some of these cards it's hard to see. There we go. Feeling very blessed. Feeling so thankful and grateful for this connection, for this opportunity to have this kind of connection. I'm feeling like divine feminines have done so much work on healing and releasing anger and forgiveness, not only for themselves, but for their masculines, that they're able to create space to finally feel blessed and grateful for this connection, to finally look at this connection as a blessing and not as a curse, right? Because this connection isn't easy, right? Let's just be honest. This connection is not easy. And we spend a lot of time while we're in it feeling almost like this connection is a curse, right? Like, why us? Why do we have to go through this? It's so hard, right? But now we're able to finally look at it as the blessing that it is and the opportunity for this amazing growth that not everybody gets to do. So this really only happens to such a small percentage of the population. This is actually really an incredible blessing. And I know it doesn't always feel like that sometimes. That's what I'm saying. But finally, we're in this place where we've worked enough on ourselves to balance our own energy, that we're finally looking at this connection for what it truly is from that bigger perspective, and being able to be grateful for the connection. Even if we're never romantically together with our masculines or physically together with our masculines, we have grown because of the connection, right? We have come so far because of the connection. And that's helping us to attract to us new opportunities, new people of a higher vibration. So it's an amazing blessing to be able to be on this journey. It really is. And I feel like many of you divine feminines are really feeling that now. And that energy is pushed out into the collective. That's exactly where we're supposed to be, because that energy, that gratefulness is pushed out into the collective and literally raises the vibration of the collective. And that's what we're meant to do, right? Okay. What are the blocks? What are the blocks divine feminines are working on releasing in regards to the connection with their masculines? This is the first half of February 2021. What are the blocks feminines are working on releasing? First half of February 2021. I feel like some of you, I'm tapping into a group that has some of you are getting a little clouded again in regards to your knowing. Like almost like, is this going to happen? You know, maybe because it's been so long, maybe this isn't going to happen, or I was wrong, right? Or this isn't my divine masculine. For some of you, there's that, there's the questioning, right? The cloudiness. So on one hand, I feel like you're still able to be grateful for the connection and for the growth, but there's something, there's a block for some that they're not able to be in 100% knowing. They've kind of wavered back to, I don't know, right? Or almost like feeling like just unsure and unsure about what this connection even is, what it means, where they're at on this journey. Like I feel for those, this first couple weeks may be a little bit cloudy. Yeah, but let's see what Spirit says. What are the blocks the divine feminines are working on releasing? And I think that's why I was feeling that stickiness with the masculines in the beginning, or when I was shuffling these cards for the masculines, because the mirroring. What are the blocks the feminines are working on releasing first half of February 2021? What are the blocks? All right. I pulled the Divine Feminine card. And look how she's looking, like she's looking away, looking at something, right? It's almost like this is pondering. This is thinking about your divine masculine, and what is Spirit saying in regards to this? Okay, yeah. Spending, I'm trying to put this energy into words. Okay. Spending more time on, like I was mentioning just a few minutes ago, on what is my divine masculine up to? Where are they at? Who are they with? When are they coming home? Are they going to reach out? Why did they do this? Why did they post that? This is spending too much time focused on outside of yourself, focused on your divine masculine and what they're doing, and not enough time focused on you and what it's going to take to get you where you want to be with this connection. So there's two different things. This is something different than what I was originally speaking about, the cloudiness. This is too much, well, I guess it can tie into that. Too much focus on what your divine masculine is up to and why they did certain things or didn't do certain things. So much focus outside of yourself that you're not taking care of business. You're not focused on you and your own healing, your own growth. And I think because of that, that's causing that confusion and cloudiness about this journey. And, it's causing it, you're feeling that block, right? Because that creates a block. You're feeling that, and that causes you to be frustrated. It causes you to be frustrated and question this journey and question your choice, question, your divine masculine. And also Spirit saying many of you are comparing your journey to others. And comparison is the thief to all joy, whether it's about this journey or anything else in life. Anytime you compare yourself to others, you're already losing. So don't ever compare yourself or your journey to anybody else's, because it's never going to be like anybody else's. And only you truly know what is your truth in regards to your journey. You know better than anyone else. You know better than me. You know better than the fanciest, clairvoyant psychic in the world, right? It doesn't matter. You know better about your journey than anybody else. You really know in your heart. If you search your heart, you know. So Spirit's saying, stop focusing so much outside of yourself and start focusing on self, healing and releasing what you need to heal and release in order to be able to attract these things that you're really wanting to attract. This connection, this high vibing romance. That's what you're really wanting to attract. But in order to get there, you have to be able to be focused on self and doing the work on self in order to raise your vibration enough to attract those experiences, those people. And many of you made a connection, well, all of us made an agreement with our divine masculines that we'd both be in a certain place before coming together in physical union. For those that are going to come into union, right? Remember, not everybody comes into physical union in this incarnation. Some don't. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you don't get to have that high vibing relationship that you've always wanted. You do. There's more high vibing partners available to you than just your twin flame. Like I said, it's not the same connection. It's just different, but it doesn't mean it's less than or doesn't feel good or isn't fulfilling, right? So for those that are coming into physical union, you have to focus on yourself and getting yourself to a particular spot to where you can then attract this connection on the physical level. Otherwise, you're just going to be always chasing it. You're always going to be chasing it, and it's always going to feel like it's another step ahead. It always is going to feel like you get so close, but then it's like just out of reach, right? It's like you get so close and it's just out of reach to where you can't reach it. And that's because you're not doing the work on self to raise your vibration enough to attract it in the physical. because you guys made an agreement. Your higher selves are in control of this, and you and your divine masculine's higher selves are not going to let this thing happen in the physical unless you are able to fulfill what you agreed to in that contract. And that's part of the hurdle that we have to get over. That's part of the lesson, right? That's what we need to heal. Okay, Spirit, it's advice for the Divine Feminines, first half of February 2021. Spirit, what is your advice for our feminines, first half of February 2021? Spirit, what is your advice for our feminines, first half of February? Whoa, okay. Oh yeah, I've been feeling this. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. Yeah. Many of you feminines have really good, I know that's kind of hard to see with the light, but you have a lot of opportunities coming in regards to many areas of your life, in regards to career, finances, love life, right? In all areas, friendships, soul, your soul group coming in. There's so much opportunities and blessings coming in the next couple months for many of you. And Spirit wants you to keep an open mind so that you can allow these opportunities to flow in. Be as open as you possibly can to all possibilities, because many of you have blessings coming in, but they're not going to come in a way that you think that they are, or you could have even imagined that they are. And it's going to feel very synchronistic for many of you. Like these blessings are going to come in back to back to back, like to where it almost feels like this is too good to be true. Like all this stuff is starting to finally work out for me, and I'm getting all these things that I've been wanting for so long that it almost feels like, is this real? But it is real, and that's because you've done the work. For those of you that that are able to align with these blessings and have these blessings coming in, it's because you've done the work on self to heal what needs to be healed, to be at the vibration to receive these blessings. But it's almost like all these things start lining up and coming in, right, in all these other areas. And then you're so focused on and so happy and so excited about all these things manifesting. And that excitement generates enough of a high vibration to where you can attract and pull in your union in the physical, or a high vibing partner. It doesn't have to be your divine masculine, a high vibing romance in the physical, because you've been able to raise your vibration enough. So for many of you, this year, 2021 is going to be an incredible year. And I know for some of you, it may have started off a little slow or a little bit hard. We're still getting over 2020, but there's a lot of you that are going to experience some amazing things in the next several months. So just enjoy it. You deserve it. Enjoy it. And don't feel guilty about it. You deserve it. You've done so much work. You and your masculine have done so much work to get to where you are. Enjoy it. Be proud of that. Okay, I have a Valentine's Day special that is $14.44, and it is a card reading and a mini karmic healing for you and your divine masculine, or you and someone else. It doesn't have to be your divine masculine, and it can also be a general reading. So it can be either a twin flame reading or a general reading and a mini karmic healing. That's $14.44, and I'm going to put that down in the description box so you guys can find that info easily if you want it. It's first come, first serve. I will send you a recorded voice recording of your reading, and I will send that to you in an email after payment is received. Okay, so that's that. Also, remember, we have two different kinds of healing that we need to be doing on this journey: karmic healing and ancestral lineage healing. Both healings are very important, not just the karma, right? So many people focus just so much on healing karma that they forget all about their ancestral lineage or their bloodline clearing, or they don't even know what that is. Both releasing both energies is necessary in order for us to come into union. In order for us to physically have union, we have to heal both. Or in order for us to have that high vibing relationship, even if it's not with our twin, in order for us to have be at a high enough vibration to pull in that partner that we've always dreamed of, that's that high vibing romance, that partner that reciprocates that energy and gives us what we truly deserve, we have to heal both karmic energy and ancestral lineage energy. Both creates blockages. So just so you guys know that. And I am happy to help you with both. If you have any questions or want to know about the energy healing sessions that I do, just reach out and email me. I'll put my email and my contact info in the description box below, and I would love to help you with that. I hope you guys have a great February and a great Valentine's Day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.